Winter is about to make its presence known in a big way. And I'm not just talking about cold weather or a snowstorm. I'm talking about a complete transformation of our weather pattern that will affect millions of Americans for weeks to come. A bomb cyclone develops this weekend, an Arctic outbreak follows, and the pattern locks into a cold, snowy regime that shows no signs of breaking anytime soon. What you're about to hear is detailed, specific, and based on the latest model data. I'm going to explain what's happening in the atmosphere and why. I'm going to walk you through the impacts region by region. I'm going to give you a precise timeline. And most importantly, I'm going to equip you with the knowledge you need to stay safe and help your neighbors do the same. Right now, Saturday afternoon, we're in a brief calm period. A winter storm that impacted the Northeast earlier today has moved offshore. That system produced measurable impacts. Hartwick, New York, recorded 11.5 inches of snow. Communities east of the Finger Lakes and the Catskills saw 8 inches to nearly a foot. New York City measured 4.3 inches in Central Park. Connecticut cities south of Hartford received 5 to 9 inches. Travel was disrupted, accidents occurred. But that storm is now history. The focus shifts to what's developing over the Central Plains. A low-pressure system is organizing tonight over the Northern Plains. Computer models have been remarkably consistent about what happens next. This system intensifies, rapidly, explosively. By Monday morning, we're looking at a central pressure around 971 millibars over Michigan. That kind of rapid intensification earns the designation bomb cyclone. Let me explain the mechanics of what's happening because understanding the science helps you appreciate the severity. The jet stream is about to undergo a dramatic shift. Currently, it's positioned in a relatively zonal flow, meaning it's running generally west to east across the country without major dips or ridges. But tonight and tomorrow, that changes. A deep trough, a significant southward dip in the jet stream, develops over the Midwest. This trough acts like a highway for Arctic air, allowing it to plunge deep into the United States. At the same time, ahead of this trough, the jet stream takes a sharp northward turn, pumping warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico far to the north. These two air masses, Arctic cold and Gulf warmth, are set on a collision course. The boundary between them, the cold front, will stretch from Texas to New England. Along this front, we're going to see extraordinary weather. On the cold side, heavy snow measured in feet. Along the front itself, powerful winds and rapid temperature changes. On the warm side, severe thunderstorms potentially producing tornadoes. This is a textbook setup for a major winter storm, and all the ingredients are coming together at exactly the right time. The timeline begins late tonight. Saturday night into early Sunday morning, snow develops over the Rockies and spreads into the northern plains. The low-pressure system at this point will be relatively weak, around 999 millibars. The snow will be light to moderate. This is the setup phase. Sunday morning brings significant changes. The low will be positioned over Iowa with a central pressure around 1,001 millibars. It may actually weaken slightly as it reorganizes, but this is deceptive. By Sunday afternoon, rapid intensification kicks in. This is when the storm explodes. Heavy snow breaks out across Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan by midday Sunday. Snow intensity will increase dramatically through the afternoon and evening. Peak snowfall rates of 3 to 4 inches per hour are forecast during the height of the storm, Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. These are impressive rates that will quickly accumulate to significant totals. The character of the snow matters. With air temperatures in the single digits and low teens, this will be very dry, fluffy snow. Individual snowflakes will be small and light. Under normal circumstances, this would make the snow easier to manage. But the winds won't be normal. Wind speeds increase dramatically Sunday afternoon and evening. Sustained winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour become common. Gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour, possibly higher in the strongest bands. When you combine heavy snowfall rates with winds this powerful, you get textbook blizzard conditions. Visibility drops to near zero. Snowdrifts form wherever there's open terrain. Travel becomes impossible. Not just difficult, but truly impossible. Current model consensus suggests snow accumulations of 1 to 2 feet across widespread areas of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and northern Wisconsin. The GFS model indicates pockets of 2 to even 3 feet are possible in the most favored locations. These are the areas that experience the most intense banding and the longest duration of heavy snow. From Minneapolis eastward through northern Wisconsin near Wausau, 8 to 12 inches appears likely. These are impactful, disruptive totals. Cities like Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Chicago will likely see much less snow because the storm track favors areas further north. But these cities won't escape impacts. High winds will affect everyone, and the temperature crash will be universal. While snow dominates the northern tier, ice becomes the story in the northeast. The same storm system producing heavy snow to the north will be drawing warmer air aloft over portions of the northeast. But critically, surface temperatures remain below freezing. This creates a classic freezing rain setup. Precipitation falls as liquid rain from the warm layer aloft, then instantly freezes when it contacts cold surfaces below. Freezing rain is insidious. It coats everything: roads, sidewalks, driveways, power lines, tree branches. A thin glaze makes surfaces treacherous. A quarter inch starts bringing down branches and causing sporadic power outages. Anything approaching a half inch creates widespread, prolonged outages that can last days. Current model guidance suggests ice accumulation in the quarter to half-inch range is possible across portions of the Northeast Sunday into Sunday night. This is a serious threat that demands preparation. The severe weather aspect of this storm is unusual for late December, but entirely plausible given the atmospheric setup. Ahead of the cold front, temperatures will surge into the 60s and 70s on Sunday afternoon. Strong southerly winds will pump Gulf moisture northward. Aloft, the jet stream will be screaming, providing tremendous wind shear. This combination supports organized thunderstorms, potentially even supercells. The corridor of greatest concern runs from eastern Missouri through Illinois into Indiana. The St. Louis to Fort Wayne corridor, the time frame is Sunday afternoon, approximately noon to 6 p.m. During this window, atmospheric conditions support rotating thunderstorms, capable of producing tornadoes, large hail up to golf ball size or larger, and damaging straight-line winds exceeding 60 miles per hour. After sunset Sunday, the tornado threat will diminish as the low-level jet weakens and the atmosphere stabilizes. However, damaging winds may continue well into Sunday night as the cold front advances eastward through Ohio and Kentucky. These areas should remain alert for damaging wind gusts even after the tornado threat has ended. In Proverbs 22 verse 3, we find wisdom that applies directly to our situation. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and suffer for it. We have advance warning of this storm. We can see the danger approaching. The prudent response is to prepare, to take refuge, to make wise decisions. This is not fear, this is wisdom in action. By Sunday evening, the storm reaches its most intense phase. The central pressure will have dropped to 976 millibars. Heavy snow and blizzard conditions will be in full effect across the upper Midwest. Severe thunderstorms will be marching across the Ohio Valley. Freezing rain will be creating havoc in the Northeast, and winds will be howling across a huge portion of the country. Sunday night into Monday morning represents peak wind intensity. Widespread gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour are forecast from the Central Plains through the Midwest and into the Ohio Valley. These are winds capable of causing scattered power outages, especially in areas where tree limbs are already weakened by ice or heavy snow. Near the cold front over Ohio and Kentucky, isolated gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour are possible. These are borderline severe wind gusts that can cause significant damage. By Monday morning, the storm reaches its minimum central pressure, 971 millibars over Michigan, according to the GFS model. The pressure will have fallen more than 24 millibars in 24 hours, officially qualifying this as a bomb cyclone. At this stage, the main precipitation shield will be shifting northward into Canada. Heavy snow will be falling across Ontario and Quebec, but around the Great Lakes, a new chapter begins. Lake effect snow develops Monday and continues through Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday. Very strong northerly winds will blow across the relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes. These winds pick up moisture and deposit it as heavy snow on the downwind shores. 3 primary lake effect zones will be active. Downwind of Lake Superior affecting the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, downwind of Lake Michigan affecting western and central Michigan, and downwind of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario affecting western New York. Lake effect snow can be remarkably efficient at producing heavy accumulations in narrow bands. Total additional accumulations of 1 to 2 feet are possible in the most persistent bands, particularly in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. When combined with snow from the main storm system, total accumulations of 2 to 3 feet become possible in the hardest hit areas. The Arctic blast following this storm deserves as much attention as the storm itself. Very cold air will pour southward Sunday night and Monday, spreading across the entire eastern 2/3 of the United States by Tuesday. The temperature changes will be dramatic and in some cases dangerous. Consider the temperature swing in Dallas, Texas. Sunday's forecast high is 80 degrees. Monday's high will be only 42 degrees. That's a 38-degree drop in one day. Chicago faces an even more extreme change, near 60 degrees Sunday afternoon. Wind chills near zero Monday morning. A 60-degree change in less than 24 hours. This cold won't be brief. The jet stream pattern supports continued below normal temperatures through at least the first half of January. Later next week, Wednesday through Friday, another surge of Arctic air appears likely. This second push may bring less snow, but potentially even colder temperatures. Wind chills well below zero will be common across the Midwest and Northeast. Let me provide comprehensive safety guidance. Winter driving first. The safest choice is not to drive Sunday through Tuesday if you can possibly avoid it. But if you must travel, reduce your speed dramatically. The posted limit assumes ideal conditions. Cut your speed by 15 to 20 miles per hour minimum. More if conditions deteriorate. Your stopping distance on ice can be 9 times longer than on dry pavement. 9 times! That means if you can normally stop in 100 feet, you might need 900 feet on ice. Following distance must increase from 3 seconds to 6 to 8 seconds. Count it out between you and the vehicle ahead. No sudden inputs. Smooth, gentle acceleration. Early, soft braking. Gradual steering. Sudden movements break traction instantly on ice. If you slide, steer toward where you want to go and ease off the accelerator. Don't panic brake. If you have anti-lock brakes, apply firm, steady pressure and let the system work. Have an exit strategy. If visibility drops to near zero, find a safe place to pull over and wait. If interstate traffic slows to a crawl, consider exiting for a hotel. Your life is worth more than your schedule. Pack a comprehensive emergency kit. Full fuel tank. Blankets and extra clothes, flashlight and batteries, first aid kit, water and snacks, ice scraper and brush, small shovel, sand or kitty litter for traction, fully charged phone with car charger. Home preparation is equally important. Pipes in unheated areas are vulnerable when temperatures crash. Open cabinet doors under sinks. Let faucets drip. Disconnect outdoor hoses. Insulate exposed pipes if possible. Have a backup heating plan if power fails. Fireplace, wood stove, or safely operated space heaters. Never use generators indoors or in garages. Carbon monoxide kills. Food and water for 3 days minimum. Non-perishable items. 1 gallon water per person per day. Medications for at least a week. Flashlights, batteries, battery-powered radio. First aid kit. Matches and candles in safe holders. Basic tools. Understand cold weather health risks. Frostbite develops quickly when wind chills are below zero. Fingers, toes, ears, nose are most vulnerable. Numbness and grayish skin are warning signs. Warm affected areas gradually with warm water, never hot. Seek medical care. Hypothermia is life-threatening. Shivering, confusion, slurred speech, drowsiness are danger signs. Call 911 immediately. Move to warmth. Remove wet clothes. Warm gradually. Vulnerable people need special attention. Elderly, young children, those with health issues. Check on them frequently. Dress properly for extreme cold. Layering is key. Moisture-wicking base layer. Insulating middle layer. Wind-resistant waterproof outer layer. Hat, mittens, insulated boots, scarf over mouth and nose. Limit time outdoors when wind chills are below zero. In 2 Timothy 1:7, Paul writes, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. This forecast provides detailed information not to create fear, but to empower wise decision-making. Knowledge is power. Preparation demonstrates love for ourselves and others. Sound minds prepare prudently. Community matters in times like these. Check on neighbors, especially vulnerable ones. Offer help with preparation. Share resources during outages. Provide shelter to those without heat. These acts of kindness reflect the heart of Christ and strengthen community bonds. Summary of critical information. Bomb cyclone develops this weekend. Rapid intensification Saturday night through Monday morning. Central pressure 971 millibars by Monday morning. Heavy snow 1 to 2 feet widespread upper Midwest. Isolated amounts 2 to 3 feet possible. Snowfall rates 3 to 4 inches per hour at peak. Blizzard conditions Upper Peninsula, Michigan, northern Wisconsin, Minnesota. Lake effect adds 1 to 2 feet Monday through Tuesday. Severe weather outbreak Sunday afternoon, Illinois and Indiana. Noon to 6 p.m. time frame. Tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds possible. Freezing rain, northeast Sunday into Sunday night. Quarter to half-inch ice accumulation. Power outage, risk significant. Widespread high winds Sunday night, Monday. 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts common. 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts possible. Ohio, Kentucky. Arctic blast follows. Dramatic temperature drop Sunday night, Monday. Wind chills below zero, widespread Midwest Monday, Tuesday. Cold spreads entire east by Tuesday. Additional Arctic surge likely later next week. Actions required. Heavy snow areas prepare shelter in place 24 to 36 hours starting Sunday afternoon. Complete preparations today. Severe weather areas, multiple warning methods ready Sunday. Safe location identified. Ice areas power outage preparation complete. All areas extreme cold preparation Monday through Thursday. Pipe protection, backup heat, vulnerable neighbor checks. You have information. You have time. Make wise decisions. Help others prepare. Trust God's provision and strength. Stay safe. Support community. God bless and protect you through this storm and beyond.